fate of the whole world is in my hands.
You foolish man. I am a Jito Ryo master. Allow me to reunite you with your ancestors.
Unbelievable destructive power.
Coincidence? It's more than that. This is fate.
What's up, everyone? Another Kiwi here. How you guys doing today? Welcome to an episode of Noonami. Sorry, my little intro got messed up. So, welcome to episode 26. Again, we're actually doing another recording here whatsoever. So, I'm just making up for some lost time, everything else. So, yeah, we got a good amount of stuff to talk about today on this episode compared to the previous episode. So, if you ever didn't get a chance to see the last episode of episode 25, definitely check it out. It's going to be up here on the screen when it's popped up. So, if you actually do, in the upper right hand corner. So definitely check it out if you guys never got a chance to, and everything else. I did talk about a good amount of stuff on that. The future of 2020, the future of 2020, the past of 2025 and going into the future of 2026. So definitely check out that whatsoever. As in the last episode I did of this recording, I actually had no one. I'm actually still doing it again by myself for reasons of that. Sorry. And also, just to give you guys a heads up, I am going to do a little bit of snacking because after finishing the last episode of this recording, I kind of was a little hungry, so I had to bring me some snacks. So I got me some peach rings, some crackers and stuff right now. Just kind of bear me. I'm actually you're going to see me snack a little bit, but it's just for specific reasons. Because if you guys haven't known in the past of my previous recordings, either on the VitoVerse or on here in Noonami, I am a pre-diabetic, so pretty much 9 times out of 10. Luckily, that my sugar level felt like it was kind of low, so I did eat some before I start this recording. So I do have some stuff to snack on and everything else. So I'm good. I'd rather like I told my fiance and everybody else, me doing this, that I'd rather have my sugar level being low, whereas it used to pick up, versus being high. So that's the usual case here. But enough about that. Definitely was a lot of stuff I talked about on the last episode. So I will alliterate things again, but I'll do it at the end of every episode whatsoever. So there's that. But let's get into the icebreaker. Last episode, I didn't do an icebreaker. I focused more on the year 2025 and the start of 2026. But, I just want to go into that. I was going for 30 minutes, but we actually kind of made an hour. I was very surprised. So, that's how it is. But anyways, in also the last episode, I was actually in normal clothes. It's now getting cold in my room now a little bit, but I think I actually know the reasons why, because the way how my house is set up, it's actually because all the heat is actually in the middle of everything. So with the doors open, all the heat circulates in all the rooms. So right now, because of this recording, we had a somewhat of a storm, which I highly doubt. But again, roads are not safe to drive, different things like that, and I get it, So yeah, so I would technically go and get some to eat, but I'm like, no, I'd rather just stay home, be safe, and call it like that, and leave it at that. But anyway, let's get into the icebreaker. And usually, as all icebreakers we have, is always the same until I can think of some new ones at the moment. But where am I currently watching? So as of this recording, the last thing I watched, which was actually yesterday, because I ended up had to work, and Saturdays are usually I work Monday through Friday, but it's like night shift, so it's like I go in Sunday. So of this recording is Sunday. I usually go in Sunday night into Monday morning. So, but we work Friday night into Saturday morning. So I end up watching, actually finishing, which I'm actually have the last 3-4 minutes left to finish, because this was an hour long. Sins to Be a Hero is the anime I actually watched. I said this before in the last video that it felt like the same way as it did with Clevitus, where it had an hour long, because Clevitus was an hour long, and the process of it was just action from start to finish, from episode 1 to start of it to the end of episode 1. It was just nothing but action and craziness constantly. So this had that same concept, that same feeling. I was like, all right, what's going on? What's happening? So there was like a lot of questions need to be answered. I do have a trailer that we are going to be checking out of that, and that'll be at the end of the end of it. So there's that. So I ended up watching that. There was something else. Let me go back to my list here, because I don't remember all the other stuff. So I was watching. That was the last thing I watched, and then with other stuff I've been watching, like MFGO season 3, the latest episode of that. So we are going to be definitely talking about basically about MFGOs for this episode. So we're going to be focusing on mostly all 3 seasons. I do have all 3 trailers, so you guys can check out from the first trailer to the third one. We'll go into more details of that. So there was that. What else was I looking at? I think I was watching. I think it was called, if I remember, I'm trying to remember it in my head. Oh, Noble Reincarnation, I checked out, which I think I need to watch the latest episode of that. Hell Mode, I need to watch the latest 2 episodes. I have not started on Chain Soldier Season 2. What's the other one on my... The Holy Grail Arrow, I haven't checked out yet. That's something on my list that I need to try to work around to get to. I'm also still got some previous animes from 2025 from the fall season I need to go through. I'm trying to finish them up. Easygoing Terrorist Defense is actually I'm watching, which I'm liking. It sets this bar. I'm not saying it set the bar really high. It just sets it very nicely where it just makes sense. I think the only ones that I'm still kind of, and then also the last one, let's see, Cute Girl and the Heroes Party, Heroes Party. So I Tried to Confess is also one I'm watching too, which I'm enjoying. And also Jack of All Trade, Party of None is definitely highly recommended to check out as well. But the ones I have not got a chance to check out yet is, like I said, Holy Grail Arrow is definitely one. I think I'm just gonna kind of let it build up just a little because we're on 3 episodes so far, and I think the 4th one is coming out this week. So there's that one. Roll Over and Die is another one I need to check out. And the 2026 Samurai Troopers is also another one is I need to check out. One anime I need to that I want to kind of work myself into, and I'm just going to take me a minute to get used to. And this is more of like a romantic comedy supernatural kind of situation. It's called The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. And it's interesting because I was like, this looks interesting. And it's like this guy is actually he's invisible. He's an invisible man, and the girl that he's dating or marries, she is blinded. She's blind. So to me it seems cute and wholesome. But now I'm reading that. So let me read the synopsis of it real quick. Is Akira is, and excuse me if I butcher these names. I'm not gonna say these last names whatsoever. I'm not gonna try my attempts or whatsoever. So I usually will try the first names. If I can try my best to say it, I'll try it, but I'll explain the synopsis. So let's see. Akira is an invisible gentleman who runs a detective agency, and Suzuka is a middle manner human female who works there. Suzuka can't always find Agito even when he turns completely invisible. A quiet love begins to blossom between them as the invisible man and a blind girl grow closer to each other. So that was the part that I was very interesting to it, but then I didn't realize the girl was blind. I was like, wait, what? I was like, this is interesting. So it's taking me a minute to get used to. I'm working around it. It's taking me a little bit of time. And I think the other one I'm watching, which I'm trying to complete, which was actually during the fall of 2025, the anime is actually called, which is like, I'm still trying to finish. I think I'm trying to finish Man As for One Final Wish. I'm still trying to finish that. Where's the other one? There was that one I'm working on. This one, Mechanical Maria is another one. Maria is another one working, which I'm kind of like halfway done of it. Same thing with One Final Wish. And I think the other one, that's one I gotta check out. Where's this one at? This one's on. Okay, that's on Crunchyroll. I think the last one on my list, because I do need to watch this. This is complete. I'm mad. Level 99. It's like level 99. I'm still trying to watch that. Where is it? There's one more. Not Aqua Senpai. It is. That's done. Oh, I think it's this one I'm working on. The Bandit's Court. The Court Magician. The Bandit's Court Magician. I'm episode 8, I think I'm episode 8 or episode 9. Let me double check real quick because I believe. Yeah, I think I'm on episode 8 or... Oh, God, I hate when this happens. I hate this. I hate when it asks me to log in. Let me see. Where's that? We are on... let me look at the last 4 or 5 minutes of episode 1. That made me mad. Yeah, episode 9. So I'm actually trying to finish... I'm actually on episode 9. There are 12. I need to finish the Bandits here. And also Clevitus, which is basically back from the summer. So I had Clevitus on my list. I need to... What the heck is this? I've been trying to finish that. And I need to complete it. Because it's totally on my list of like animes to watch. So yeah, so those are the ones I am also gone back and trying to finish. Because Clevitus has a season 2 announcement. I need to watch that. Mechanical Maria is definitely something I'm working on because it looks interesting. The Band's Court Magician is actually was good because I do like the opening song and everything else, which that's something I need to work on too, which is I usually do this every season, like of every season of the year, is I always make a playlist of like all the musics from like the winter of 2020, like say the winter of 2025 all the way to the end of the fall of 2025 to go. So then I do a new one for 2026. So, and that's usually what I do. So I haven't really been keeping up with that because I usually always find some good songs in the list. So I think the last thing I worked on was I think it was summer. I think it was summer or spring. I think I started doing it. So I think, let's see. If I remember correctly, it was part of the spring or was it part of the summer? I think it was part of the summer. Let me double check. I hope, was it summer? Yeah, it was part of the summer. So I was messing with the summer stuff. Yeah, because that's when I got Clover and stuff. All right, cool. So yeah, so I just need to work on the rest of whatever left I can find in the summer and then work on the fall and then then I should be done. Let me double check. Because I am bouncing all over the place, but I mean I'm kind of done with the let's see. Emmy. Do I have it here? Oh, I made it. Dang it. Where is it? There it is. 25 anime favorites, open endings. Okay, so the last one I had was Black Flame. What was that one? Now it's on the 4th. Weird. Anyways, I'll find out what that one is because I'm not going to play it and get hit with a copyright. Nope, we're not doing it today. But I am going to get hit with copyright for specific reasons. So yeah, but yeah, even though this is like a little bit of a tangent, kind of going off subject of like anime of what I've been watching. But yeah, Sins Be Hero is definitely the top of the list I'm watching. I need to go back and watch the last 4 or 5 minutes real quick so I can see what else happens, what I missed before going to the second episode. But apparently Crunchyroll is like, oh, you already finished it. And I'm like, I only had 3 or 4 minutes left. Let me finish it. So I'll go back, see what happened, and be done with that, and then go into the next episode. But yeah, but that's gonna be it for the like I said, for what for the Icebreaker was over. If you guys had any things you guys are watching, animes you guys are watching, definitely leave a comment down below and everything else. Let's get into the news. There's a ton of news, and basically going into 2025 to 2026. So it's a good amount of stuff. So I'm not gonna really go on this topic for too long because I really want to focus more on the main topic at hand because this is going to be a very long topic, and this is more kind of explaining. No, that's why it's called the MF Go. That's why this episode called what it is. So I'll bring it up with this. So let's get into the news on here. There's a good amount of stuff here, and I found some stuff. I'm just gonna pick a good maybe 5 or 6 in here. I'm definitely gonna start with this one. If you guys have not noticed, this was on the 22nd. We are in the 20th. So this happened on Thursday. So these are stuff that's happened from a couple weeks. So the first topic at hand, which I'm actually surprised, and this one I actually saw while I was at work, while I was actually on break and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I was like, okay. So I was very surprised. So I wouldn't really so let's talk about this. So the Oscars is not really something we talk about on anime and whatsoever. So we know we have like anime, like the awards for the animes and stuff like that whatsoever. We are going to be getting that very soon. I think around summer, but I'll go into that at the time. But surprising that there's the Oscars on this list. So here's the topic at hand. So K-pop Demon Hunters anime film received an Oscar nomination. So I believe they actually, I think they actually won an Oscar if I'm not mistaken. Let me check real quick. Let's see. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts announced a live stream on Thursday that is announced that certain people, I'm not gonna name names, anime films, K-pop Demon Hunters, the best anime film, feature film at the 98 Oscars. It's been 98 Oscars. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Oscars. I don't care for the Oscars whatsoever, but having K-pop Demon Hunters is in this and actually win an Oscar. The film also received a nomination in the original story song category for a Golden Other nominations for animation film feature films include Zootopia 2, Elko, and I may butcher these names. Elio, I think that's how you say it. Arco and Little Amelia, or the character of Ray. Let's see. The award ceremony will take place. Keep on. Also received other nominations and won win recently. The American tribute to the art honors Golden for best original song. So okay, so they basically won. I think they won a couple awards. So I know that was one of them. So I was very surprised that they actually got an award in their deal. So definitely congratulations to the artists and the people who did the work for K-pop Demon Hunter, which is it's on Netflix, and I haven't got a chance to check it out, and I haven't got around to check it out, not because I don't want to. It's just I haven't got a chance to get around it. That's really all it is. Like, again, there's a lot of stuff I've been trying to play catch up with and stuff. So that's one. Let's see. There was something I saw that caught my attention as well. We're not doing the scores. There was something. Oh, there it is. That's the one I saw. This one caught my attention when I was looking at news. So Universal Studios Japan launched Pokemon Experience before the global rollout. So basically, Universal Studios Japan announced on Thursday that the theme park is developing an interactive Pokemon experience, attracting projects that's in plans to implement first in the Universal Studios Japan theme park before rolling out to the rest of the Universal destinations and experience theme park worldwide. Universal Studios Japan did not reveal the attraction's debut yet. So for Japan to get it first, which I'm not surprised, and I am getting hot now because I was cold and now I'm getting hot and I'm almost about to get a headache. So 1 second while I do this. I was like, I forget this thing makes me super duper warm and hot. So, sorry. Much better. Okay. So I'm getting super hot and I was like, this is not feeling good. So, anyways, continue. So, yeah. So to actually have its, like I was saying, my brain went blank after I took that off and let my brain relax. Oh, okay. Yeah. So for Japan to get it before like anyone else, like the state, the globe for global and stuff, I'm not surprised because it's Japan and I'm not mad at Japan. So I would think the concept of like how I look at it for California. California gets dust before any other state. It's obvious because it's the closest to Japan. That's why California gets it before everyone else. So I'm not surprised, but it's actually cool. But so if we can actually find out when they're going to reveal the attractions and everything else, that'll be cool. But I mean, I'm not in a big hurry for it. And people who are big Pokemon fans, like me, again, I said this in the past, I said this before. I'm a Pokemon fan, but I'm more of a Digimon fan than a Pokemon fan. But again, I do not diss Pokemon at all. I do not. I like Pokemon. I'm cool with Pokemon. I just don't play Pokemon as I do Digimon. But at the same time, I still will play it. That's why I have the new Pokemon game for the Switch too. That's why I have it, and I still play it. It's just I'm working on the DLC. I'm kind of taking my time with that because it's just that's how I feel. I don't want to. I just rushed through the story of itself, but played it like still did the grind and different things like that. But as for the DLC, which is like the Mega Dimension stuff, I am just taking my time with that. I'm not super in a hurry because there are other games I want to play. Be prepared for different things like that. Because I have a super massive backlog, and like if you can kind of see somewhere back there, there's some color editions, and one of them up there at the top, and you can kind of see it's like kind of somewhere over there. I can't really, right here. I'm actually working on I'm working between the Digimon Time Strangers, Time Strangers, and now going to be starting into the Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 3 and 4. I did do some research real quick that how do I explain this? I have it for the digital on PS5, but I have the PS4 version, and then they released the PS5 version, and hoping that I can transfer my PS4 data, save data to the PS5, but found out you can't, which that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I'm not mad because I kind of want to start out over, but I also kind of not too far into the game, so it's kind of like it's not going to hurt me too bad. So it's like I was just maybe kind of finishing the first chapter, but I kind of don't remember how to play and what to do and everything else. So I kind of want to start back from the beginning, and it doesn't bother me. So, and plus with the PS5 version and got the collector's edition stuff, it's kind of like I got all the DLC stuff without even have to pay for the DLC stuff that I did with the PS4. So there's that. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get into some more news. Sorry about that. And I forgot I'm not playing no music. What is wrong with me? Let's see. What's this one? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Much better. We're gonna hear some sounds. So I like this one. So yeah, let's get into more news. Let's see. I'm looking for something else. What the heck? This is interesting. Like, hold on, what is this? I just saw this. Wait, what? Wait, what? Like, wait, is this real or this is a joke? Okay, hold on. So I have here, and this caught my attention. I was like, wait. So Jeopardy Tournament of Champions open with anime catalog. How many answers can you question? Okay, the massive popular American game show Jeopardy opened its annual Tournament of Champions on Monday with the catalog anime. During its first round, the unique reverse form of Jeopardy gives contestants clues in a form of answers. I don't know why I'm reading this part, but it's funny because if you guys don't know how Jeopardy how it works is that they'll give you the answers, like clues and answers. You just have to add how the answer is by questions. But for anime, it's very interesting because it's like, it's like the whole concept of like, and it's funny because I'm reading this. I do want to watch this, and I may watch this on my own time. So basically, it's funny. So let me read the rest of this. It says, okay, form of answers, and the contestants must give the correct response to the form of a question. The answers for the anime catalog features the titles Death Note, Naruto, My Neighbor Totoro, Dragon Ball Z, and Attack on Titans. And the Jeopardy is saying, basically you can go to YouTube and actually read this. It's interesting. Everybody's no strangers to using anime, mangas, and video games as catalogs and questions in the shows. In September 2025, the game show features an answer about the hit anime series Demon Slayer, and in the movie sequel catalog of the show. Wow, that's crazy. That's new to me personally. I was not expecting to see Jeopardy to put anime on the list. Video games, maybe. Manga and anime is just one of those things where like you would not expect it. So to have it in the year September of 2025, and I'm like, really? That's interesting. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm kind of surprised by that. So let's see what else we got here. I'm looking for. Okay, there was something. What? I don't know if I want to bring that one up. I feel like that's opening up a can of worms. That's really gonna open up a can of worms. But I might as well. Let me see. I'm looking to do some more stuff before I bring up what I'm thinking in my head. I'm just double checking to make sure if I want to bring some of this stuff up. No. Oh, it's up to 3. All right. I think I'll throw. Alright. So I have 3 announcements on this. Well, it's more like 4, but I'd rather stick with. Oh, okay. We'll not worry about that. So let's bring up these 3, because it's going to be focused on the same topic. So we have 3 Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball news. I will start with this one first, and then move into the other one. So let's start with the first one. For you guys who have Sparking Zero, which I do, I haven't really got a chance to play as much of it. I played a little bit and never got to finish it, but yeah, you get the idea. Anyways, again, I got so much in my life. So yeah. So, anyways, let's get into this. So, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game reveals free update on January 26th, which was actually tomorrow, which will actually happen tomorrow of this recording. And it says a major DLC update details. So, we have here. Let's see, the Dragon Ball. I'm not even gonna pronounce all that. I guess it must be Sparking Zero in English, or the Japanese version of it. I'm not gonna try. The 40th anniversary events for the Dragon Ball franchise on Sunday reveals a new DLC update for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. The new game in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi Air Fighting franchise. Let's see what we got here. We have, the new DLC will include new playable characters such as Super Android 17, which is from GT, King Piccolo, and Super Saiyan Bardock. Wait, what? So we're getting Super Saiyan Bardock. Interesting. As well as a new costume, moves, and battle stages, and a new mode. Let's see, Namco Bandai Entertainment will reveal more details this summer. So it means, we're getting more. So we're actually getting more characters. Let's see, and then we also have hold on. We'll perform the theme song Zero for the new DLC. Now it'll be there. See, the event also reveals a separate free update for the game that adds single player mode Mission 100 that will launch on the 26th as well. So for you guys who actually play the game, like it, is a big fan of the Budokai Tenkaichis and stuff, definitely stay prepared, or be prepared. Tomorrow we're gonna actually have that. Some new updates in Wistoria, which I will know this easily because it will notify me when I actually turn on my PS5 and stuff like that, and if I actually upload the game. Let's see. So yeah, there's that news there. So the next news I have for Dragon Ball is also we have Dragon Ball announced Dragon Ball Super the Galaxy. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. Not that one. That's gonna be after that. Wrong one. Sorry, wrong one. This one I want. Dragon Ball Super Beerus TV anime announcement for this fall. So apparently, the anime will again feature which will feature our favorite god, Beatrice. I think I'm saying Beatrice, but I feel like it's a Beelzra, or I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. I actually heard the name a bunch of times. I'm like, basically our lovely cat god, basically. Let's see. Yamamoto was on stage to announce the anime on this Sunday. Let's see what we got here. The official announcements of the anime. The Protector. The project features new cuts, reveals the scenes. I really don't want to read all this, but anyways, State the work started a few years ago, and an enhanced edition of the Dragon Ball Super anime that features a reconstruction of the story, including new and redrawn cuts. So I must be getting some new artwork. The stats describe the story. Let's see, several years have passed since the fierce battle between Majin Buu and the Earth, and the Earth has finally regained the brief moment of peace. At the same time, Beatrice, the god of destruction, awakens from his long, deep sleep, and then Kai and Supreme Kai, aware of Beatrice's overwhelming power, to destroy the entire planet. Watch his awakening with great fear. Meanwhile, Beatrice hears rumors of the same saying who defeat Frieza, and suddenly appears before Goku. The target by Beatrice, the strongest being in the universe, Earth is grave danger. Thus begins the earth-shattering cosmos. Battle. It feels like it's the same. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like this is more of like focus. This is more focusing on him and not like Goku and the rest of the cast, because this is like, because of him being awakened and stuff. Like, it's kind of like we're going back to the beginning of Supra, but just seeing it from Beerus' perspective. And sometimes animes like that I'm okay with, but it's just like, why are we going back? Like, why? Why are we going back to that? It's one of those things that's kind of like, it kind of bothers me a little bit, so I don't know. So there's that, but I guess also at the exact same time of that, this is where also that came in play. So there were another one popped up. So now back to what I was reading before, because I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So basically, Dragon Ball announced Dragon Ball Super, the Galaxy Patrol anime. So basically, we're getting the continuation of what happened after the tournament. So now, we have here, said French on Sunday announced the new anime title, Dragon Ball Super, the Galaxy Patrol. The event reveals a video that shows anime panels and others art from Akira Toriyama, originally manga. Before announcing the anime, let's see. The event also reveals the visual of the anime. So let's see. The status describes the anime. So the main character, Son Goku and Vegeta, work together with the members of the Galaxy Patrol, the Peacekeepers of the Galaxy, to begin a super-scale battle against a new enemy, Planet Eater Moro. Interesting. The anime is the continuation from Dragon Ball Super anime, the universe survival arc, which is the Tournament of Power, basically. The anime is that of the Galaxy Patrol prisoner arc. Yeah, so interesting. I'm looking at the comic too, and I was like, wow, Goten and Trunks are a little bit older now. Oh no, that's right, because we had that movie where Gohan became Super Saiyan Blanco and Piccolo became Super Piccolo, I believe, like Golden Piccolo or Super Piccolo, because I don't remember the names, what they called it. Yeah, so I'm looking at the artwork, the comic, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, why is Goten and Trunks? And I forgot in that movie, Goten and Trunks are basically in their teenager stage now, so they're basically like teenagers going to high school and stuff like that. So yeah. So I was like, okay, so I kind of get it, So I'm guessing in this situation, because I'm looking to see when the release date for this, there's no release date, but judging from the other one, the VitoVerse one, is actually 2026, the fall of 2026. So I'm guessing we're going to get it around the same time as that one, or it might be either sooner or later. I think it's going to be later. So we might get it maybe the fall of 2026, or maybe the start of 2027. I don't know. We don't know. So yeah, we got that announcement there, and I think my last one I want to bring up of news, I'm trying to look into it. Oh, we're 3 episodes in. Okay, I gotta watch the other one. No. What the? That's weird. That's a reversal. My last news. I'm trying to see if I can find one more. That was just like, eh. Oh, there we go. The last one, which we're gonna set up. So we're gonna throw this last one in, because this will set up for the main topic here. All right. So the last news I have here is for you guys, because of the topic where I have it here. So MF Girl Season 3 anime English dub debut on January 22nd. So this happened basically I think it was like episode 4. So around episode 4, we just got the English dub. So I get to finally see how these characters sound in English dub whatsoever. return members. So, huh? Whoa. Wait a minute. This is interesting. I'm just seeing this. Okay, Dubcast features returning members. Crunchyroll announced that it will be beginning streaming the English dub for the 3rd season of the anime of MF Ghost manga on Thursday. The English dub, which includes returning member stars. Well, I'm not really so I'm not tripping about the English voices, but I'm surprised on something specific, which I'll go into more detail. Well, I'll explain now, and I'll go into more details into what we're going to talk about. The list has everybody in here, but there's one name that actually caught my attention, and it's Takumi Fujiwara. That's the name, and it is. I'm not as the English voice. I'm not worried about. It's just you have an English voice actor doing Takumi Fujiwara for MF Ghost, and as me watching it so far, I was not expecting that there was an episode that he actually talked. So I was like, wait, what? So yeah, so this is actually going to be very interesting because I get to find out where he actually talked and stuff. So I'm very curious. Yeah, so they're already doing they're already starting it whatsoever and go from there. But other than that, guys, that will be it for the news there. If you guys actually like what I actually talked about in the news, and I do apologize for me actually kind of rambling off a little bit of a tangent. Not a tangent, but just kind of off subject. I have a tendency of doing that sometimes, but I need to do better. Yeah, so definitely, if you like the news or find anything interesting that caught your attention that I didn't bring up, please leave a comment down below. Let me know. Over there. All right, let's get into the main agenda. As I finish that news of MF Ghost, this is what the topic is focusing on. The topic is basically called the MF Ghost experience. So what I'm basically going to be doing here is, one, I'm going to show 3 trailers at the start of this. I'm going to show you the trailer for season 1 to season 3, and then I'm going to explain how I feel about MF Ghost as a whole so far, from the start of season 1 to where we at in season 3. You know, my likes and dislikes and different things like that. So we'll do that. It may seem like it'd be a tangent. It may not be. I don't know. I'm going to do the best of my ability to try not to do too much and go off subject and different things, but that's what it is. So let's get into the trailer first. So let me stop this first. Let me open this bad boy up real quick because I have these up and running. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at all 3 trailers, season 1 through season 3. I may get hit with copyright if doing this recording. I may get hit with a copyright because I am using YouTube, and I feel like I still am trying to figure out, and I think it's going to be the music that's going to hit me whatsoever, or the anime. I don't know. We'll see how it plays. But let's get into episode season 1 and go from there. Let's begin.
ダブって見えたぜ。藤原匠の超高速4輪ドリフト。
次は初出場のルーキーが登場です。3、2、1。どんな走りを見せてくれるんでしょうか。英国からのチャレンジャー。
僕が日本に来た目的は2つあります。やばい、100万ボルトの電撃が来た。
俺は相葉俊だ。ランキングは雲の上の9位。
俺が君に用意できるのは戦闘力のある車じゃないんだぜ。
クールです。グリップウェイトレシオだけが唯一のレギュレーションだなんて。
何者なんだカナダって。
決勝に出られるのはわずか15台のみ。
コースを熟知してない素人が攻めたら死ぬぜオーバー。
嘘だろ。凌介の携帯にかける大至急。
なぜそこにいるのカナダ。お前さえ無事で戻ってくれたら俺は笑ってハグする自信があるぜ。
ニュースターの誕生を予感させてくれます。片桐カナダ19歳。
レーキも含めてフットワークのバランスがいいです。これがあるなら当初の目的は果たせると思います。
お待ちどうさまです。
わあ、なんだお前箸使えねえのかよ。お姉さん悪いけどこいつにスプーン1個。
Okay, so that is season 1. Let me see if I can bring up. So let me do this. Give me 1 second. All right, let me close that real quick. All right, let me get up season 2 real quick. Oops, let's do that. All right, bring this back up. All right, let's go into season 2 now. And here we go.
86号車はイギリスからのチャレンジャー片桐かなた選手19歳。
嘘でしょ、かなたなの？
まさか父方の片桐生でエントリーしていたと。
MFG を体験させてもらえるだけで
Oh, whoop, no, sorry. That's the wrong one. That's actually the second trailer of season 1. So, my bad. That's the wrong one. I was like, wait a minute, that's not it. That's the second trailer. Oops, my bad. Hold up. Nope, we don't need that. There it is. Pause. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get hit with copyright for this one. I'm totally gonna get hit with copyright. So, I might as well get ready for this. All right, let's do season 2. I like this song. This is a great song too.
MFG 第2ラウンド芦ノ湖 GT はどうやら雨の中の決戦になりそうです。
普段のレースとは比べ物にならないほど大きなプレッシャーと戦っているはずです。
レンには祈ってあげることしかできないよ。
まさかここまで滑るとは。
のぞみこういうの大好き。
この濡れた路面でどうすればそれだけのスピードが出せる。雨の足の子で何かとんでもないことが起こってる。
Oh, is this song too?
俺はバトルしてみたい。今までの人生で見たこともないような天才ドライバーと。MFG がこんなに楽しいなんて体験してみるまでは想像もできなかった。
Yeah. All right, so let me get out of this. All right, and let me do that real quick. All right, now okay, so that's season 1. That was season 2. Sorry for that double season 1. I was like, oh, that's not what I wanted. So now let's show you where we're at now in season 3. Give me 1 second. All right, bring this up. All right. So now let's show you where we're at now. All right, welcome to season 3. Let's go.
先に行くぜ、兄弟。
スーパールーキーが不審にあえぐ。
ダメか、待っていても来ないのか。やられちまう。悔しいよな、かなた。ロケット加速。尾形さん、リベンジを始めます。はあ。今まで僕を抜いていった車たちを全て抜き返さなきゃこのレースは終われない。オーバー
手がつけられない。まさに赤い弾丸。
簡単には諦めないこのしつこさが師である藤原匠を彷彿とさせてくれます。
レンはとても大切なことから逃げてた。
温かいパワーみたいなものが僕の左腕全体を包み込んでくれている。
All right. And let me do this. All right. So we have all 3 seasons here. We went from all trailers from season 1 to season 3. Again, I do apologize for that other one. I totally was not expecting to have another season. Let me do this real quick because I got to set this up for the next thing I was going to do. Give me 1 second. I think it's this one. Make sure it's not playing. But yeah, we don't need that. That's for later. And that is for later. So, all right. So, since now we have that, let me get some music playing. So, let's see. What do I want to do? Yeah, let's do this. So yeah, all right. So let's do it. All right. So the MF Ghost Experience. Why I called this episode. I have watched all three. I'm actually up to date on the MF Ghost series. So very surprising. And the only reason why I'm actually liking this anime because this is actually not a leveler. This is the successor to the initial D series. So if you have not seen the initial D series, this is a series that focuses on a kid who just a normal average kid who works at a gas station whatsoever ends up driving this old car, Toyota 86. His father was a famous racer that you find out later down the road, but you don't know it. But then he drives his car, this old 86, do deliveries whatsoever, but doing drifting whatsoever. And everybody who sees his car thinking like, who's this person driving this car, this and that, whatsoever, the third. So you get into the whole story of Takumi Fujiwara, his ordeal, the whole thing, how he became, just a person who's not really a racer whatsoever, but then becomes one. And then you follow his story, his whole ordeal from season 1, season 2, season 3 is the movie. The season 4 is kind of like, it's also an episode, but it's actually the next start of everything. It's a lot to bring in, plus it brings out a good amount of characters whatsoever. What's good about MF Ghost is that as you progress watching season 1 to season 3, you do see certain characters that pop up. Like, again, you don't see him, but you hear his name pops up, Takumi Fujiwara. So the person who we get introduced into the series is Kana. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but we're just gonna say Kana because as much as I heard the name, I heard his last name a bunch of times, but I know his first name, which is easy. So Kanada basically is the successor to Takumi Fujiwara. That is his teacher. He's got taught how to learn how to drive, know how to race, and different things like that. So the car he drives is also the Toyota 86. So Takumi drives, I believe it's the Toronto. I think it's called Toronto. Let me make sure I get this right. I don't remember. I don't know if it is Toronto. What does? I'm trying to think the name in my head. Oh no, I can do this news because I just remember something. Where is it? There it is. Give me this because I can't remember the name. And I'm trying to remember, and I know it's the Toronto. I think it's the Toronto 86. I believe is what it's called. I just want to make sure. Give me a second. Oops. Copy this. What does Takumi? What is Takumi Fujiwara's car? Okay, so the AE86. Basically, let's see. It's the Toyota Sprinter Toronto GT. Well, the Toronto 86, basically, or basically I call it the AE86, basically. So it's just the code name for it. So he drives that car. So now, which is funny because if I actually do this, duplicate, same thing. What does? Let's see, where is it? Let's give me Ken. Let's see, and because I know what the car is, but let's see if it says something. Yeah. Yep, there it is. His is the, yeah, so that's the difference. That, and it's a twist. So, okay. Canada Riverton. Oh, Riverton is his European last name, but the Japanese name. Oh, there it is. Canada. Katagir. That might be a different way how to say it, but I may butcher that name. So, anyways, but I usually just say Canada. So he drives basically the Toyota 86 the GT, which is code name for the ZN6. So now that's why it's weird, because his car is the 86. His mentor's car is the 86. So it's like he's taking the exact same car, or say the exact same number, and just goes from there. So that's one interesting thing I was surprised by. I was like, 86, like, wait, isn't that Takumi Kurara's number? So it's like, it's weird. But anyway, that's one thing. Another thing that, so again, I like how, again, Takumi shows up in there. Yeah, see, Ryosuke's, so like certain characters show up, like, I can't remember half the characters in Initial D. Okay, let me see. Give me, because I can't remember. There are certain characters that made an appearance before. Yes, characters. I'm sorry. This I'm looking for. I'm looking for the characters. This might get nudged a little bit here. Because I might get hit. This is gonna take me a minute, so give me a second. Copy this back, because apparently certain websites I use and certain things I'm looking for, I can't look at them on Google, so I had to use Firefox to look at this. Let's see. Yeah, so that's one thing. Okay, so far we have I think we popped up, let's see some of these names that are in here. So I know Takumi's in here because his name gets popped up a lot. Ryosuke pops up a couple of times because I believe, I think Ryosuke is the older. Dang it. Are we good? Yeah. So okay, so I think cameras, everything is, sorry, I think stupid, so it's being weird. It acts stupid, everything else. I may have to restart this, but I think I should be fine. So I think we should be good. Yeah, so Ryosuke and Takumi, like Ryosuke pops up a few times. Like his name brings up a couple times, but just not as much. Takumi's name pops up a good amount because they explain about, you know, Canada and where you can. Kesuke appears in the third season, in the end of season 2, but the start of season 3, he appears. So I'm actually happy about that. I'm happy Kesuke's in here. There's another character that pops up. I can't think of his name. Give me a second. I meant to put this on mute real quick and look at this video. There's someone I'm thinking in my head. Let's see. I'm trying to look for something specific. There's someone specific I'm looking for. Do this. Where are you? Do you pop up in here? There he is. Did they show him? Okay, I went too far. I see something. Nope. Was it too soon or too late? I'm trying to think. Where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to look at this trailer to see if he pops up, and I'm trying to see if they show his name. I do not remember. Yep, there he is. Back. Backtrack just a tad. Nope, that's too much. Sorry, I'm trying to find, because I don't. Yeah. So this character pops up, and I think I'm trying to remember who he is, but I feel like. Wait, is it you? His name doesn't pop on this list. Yeah, his name doesn't pop up in the list. Oh, that's what I can find out. Who is the announcer? Let's see. Let's go. Sorry, I'm doing this as I'm on the fly because I wasn't thinking in my head. There goes. Race 3. Not results. Not commercial. The commentator? Not the winner. It's something else. But anyways, I can't think of his name, but there's another character that pops up, and I think if this is who I think it is, because I think this is the guy who did that death race with Takumi. I forgot what track it is, but it was like the death race was basically where Takumi and this one guy, I forgot his name. I think it's this character. No, is it what? No, I think no. Okay, no. It's not him. It's not Watana. It is someone else I'm thinking in my head. It is not Midnight Suns. He drives a Honda, but I can't remember his name. Like seriously, he drives a Honda and I can't remember the name. And it's going to bother me for a bit for specific reasons. Yeah, it's gonna bother me for a minute, but I can't think of his name. But yeah, he's the one who does this death race, and he does this thing where the challenge was that they had their hand on the steering wheel, and then they tape their hand against the steering wheel, and they had to drive one-handed while the other hand's on the shifter. And he does this one thing with Takumi. He hits his car and makes his arm shifted, where it's hard when you're trying to take your hand off and you're trying to spin it. Your hand is still taped, and it's like you're about to twist your arm, and it does it, and then he just literally Takumi just goes nuts, and that was like holy, like yo, that I was like, what the heck's going on? And he just like kind of just destroyed, kind of like scrapes, like makes scratches on the car and different things of that. So that's kind of like what happened, which I'll talk about anyways. But anyways, let's get straight to the real. Now, first of all, let's talk about how I feel about MF Goes as a whole so far, from season 1 to season 3. So I like it. I like the story where it's going. I like how everything's set up. It's a little different compared to the initial D, because the way how everything is set up is that there are, I believe, 6 tracks, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there are 6 tracks. Make sure. So how many? Oops. Yes, how many? Yeah, there we go. Yes, there are 5. I take it back. There are 5. I'm sorry, not 6. There are 5. So there's 5 races total. The way how they're set up, because in the first season you get introduced to the first one, but the way how it says is that you do the preliminaries, which is basically that it's one person race down the whole entire track with the fastest time. That's the first set. And you get to see each character, but you get to see small little things here and there for each character, racing and everything else. And then the second part is the actual race with all the racers. And you're going through each track like 5. You go through, I think like 2 or 3 rounds. I think it is. I can't remember. So you're going through that. So that was one thing I was a little okay with, because it gave me the idea, like understand how it works, like how the episode is going to play out, because has the first race ended, it introduced to the other 4 tracks. So I was like, okay, so these are the 4 tracks. So then the second round, we get the second track, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then we get the third track, which leads into that. It was like, I will explain in a little bit more details when I get a little bit further down. So yeah, so then we get these 2, we get this, and then there are 2 more tracks after that. So there's that. Now, the thing that made me disappointed was that it's only 12 episodes. Each season is 12 episodes. That's the part that made me very mad, because when we got introduced to the second track, what it was setting up and everything else, and you started it off with kind of doing his preliminaries for it. And with that happening, it starts in with the preliminaries for a little bit, and then it ends season 1. I was like, why are we doing this? And it made me so mad. I was like, why are we getting this? Why are we having it? So then I had to wait for a little while to get the second season, and then see how everything worked out in the preliminaries, and then see the race in the process of it. And it's like, why? That was the thing that made me mad going from season 1 to season 2. Now, going into season 2 to season 3, I actually was a lot calmer and wasn't too mad because something happened at the end, like close to the end, because the way how season 2 ended to start to season 3, it started because we went through the preliminaries for the third round, for the third track. The preliminaries were good and everything else. Things happened whatsoever, and then a certain situation happened. And episode 2, I think it's the episode before the final episode, and then seeing how everything played out, and I was like, well, this kind of sucks. I was like, so how is he gonna make this happen? And I was like, I wasn't really mad about it. It was just like, there's nothing I can't get mad about this. It's like I'm like, how is he gonna come back from this? There's no way because of what happened. So that's why when you saw, if you paid attention to the third trailer to season 3, certain things you kind of notice, and there's something he says, and he says this at the end of, when you saw the credits and everything else, he says something at the end of that, and then it set the stage. I was like, wait, you're gonna do what? How? Wait, how? So it was like, I was more of like, okay, I'm prepared for this. I'm not mad at this. I understand this, so I'm just going to wait, be patient, and hopefully we get this third season and see how this plays out. Go from there. So now going into season 3, and I really hate to say this, and after now we're up to the 4th, we're finished with the 4th episode, which means we're done with the third race. We're done with it completely. So this one, I have to say this, that the third race is my favorite. It's my all-time favorite for a lot of reasons. It was, one, the story development set up for it. It was the setting up for it. That left the suspense. That's like, okay, how's this going to happen? And then to add on to it, and how it concluded, and what he did and everything else. So this was like my favorite race because of, it was split between ending season 2 and beginning season 3. So it's kind of like, we're not even halfway into season 3. We're only 4 episodes in season 3, and we have 2 more episodes to be in the halfway mark. And I'm kind of a little bit happy that I did some research for this one, because I feel like because this is how I feel about this. They say something at the end of season 3 of the end of this race, and they bring up something, and then I read about this because I found out who actually won, because I had this thing where I go like, all right, I'm thinking he's gonna get this, or he like Kanda's gonna get first place, or this is gonna happen. So I'm just like, okay. So I was like, I kind of snuck and I kind of cheated and kind of see who won, and end up finding that, okay, so he technically won, but I'm not going to tell you what place he was in. That's why I say technically won. Different things like that. So it was that. So yeah, so again, definitely it's one of those animes you really need to check out. It's one of my favorites. I am a big Initial D fan. I love Initial D. I love the whole import racing, different drifting, different things. It's one of those things I love the most. I do appreciate that we have this whatsoever. So as a whole, it is a great anime. It's definitely something to watch. But if you want to really watch it from start to finish, like how it's going to go and everything else, like all of it concluding, I would kind of wait a little bit for it to be completed, because the third season, because right at the end of episode 4, and I did do some reading, because there's going to be a long period, and I don't know how many episodes we're going to get of this, because what I understand is that it's going to be summer break, and things are going to end up happening, so there's going to be a good amount of things that's happening. I am curious about a few things going into at the end of this race. I am curious about a few things because for specific reasons. Because starting another character development and things like that, you know. So I'm kind of curious how it plays out. I really am. So this next episode is going to be very interesting. It's going to be the summer episode. It's going to be summer, and it sets up things a little different. Because I think I like the name of the episode. I think, what is episode 5? I think episode 5 was called, like, I can't remember. It was like something Grandma Drifter or something like that. I was like, huh? Like, this is going to be interesting. So I'm curious how it is. So I'm thinking like 5 through 7 is going to be like the start of summer and ending of summer. And I think we're going to be getting ready to set up for the next race, which would be the preliminaries. Or maybe like, it may be 3 to 4 episodes of the summer, what's happening with them and stuff like that. Or, you know, with certain other things happening. Or we may get 3 episodes and then go ready to set up for the next race. I am curious of the next race because it still will be part of the summer and it's like very long days. So I don't know. Or we may actually have a good of like episodes of like the summer of how everything's set up and whatsoever, and then maybe the end of maybe the last 2 or 3 episodes we may have like the next race of the preliminaries or something happen. I don't know. So now how many seasons I'm expecting for this? I'm gonna go with 5. I'm thinking 5 will be it and throw a movie into the process of it because, you know, it's gonna be one of those situations because I hear the last track is the most hardest, I believe, and I'm curious on how that plays because it's gonna be good to see how it plays out whatsoever. But again, like I said, definitely check it out. If you have not seen Initial D, I recommend definitely check it out. The English dub is good. I think I watched both English dub and Japanese. I think my favorite was, I think the movie was my all-time favorite because I actually put that on repeat because there's certain things I liked. It was more of like it was like certain closures and certain things setting up and a lot, but you have to watch season 1 and 2 to understand the setup for season 3. And that was one of the things I kind of enjoy the most because I really want to know like how everything played out. So that was one of those things. But other than that, if you guys definitely that'll be it for this whole segment of, you know, the MF Ghost experience. I definitely again recommend you checking it out. But if you have not seen don't know anything and don't care for it, I definitely recommend look at Initial D first. Even though it's not going to, I'm not saying it's not going to help or anything else. It's just the fact of like, you have to watch Initial D to understand certain references to MF Ghost because certain characters that's in Initial D are going to appear in MF Ghost. And I mean, we're talking about previous characters that are now adults and different things. And then you're going to be trying to figure out who is Takumi Fujiwara, why is he at this location, different things like that, why we don't see him, why is Ryosuke and Keisuke are in the picture, and why are some of the members at the gas station there. It's so many different things popping up. And you're just going to keep asking yourself these questions, like why they like this, or who are these people, and don't know. But then if you don't go back and watch the Initial D and get the reference of each person, who they are, then you'll know. So there's that. Definitely check it out. I think the only one I did not get a chance to try to watch and finish is the Project. I think it's like Project D is the other one I haven't finished. That was the one I didn't get a chance to finish. I think I watched a little bit of it, but it was interesting because I got to saw Keisuke and oops, I didn't do that. It's Keisuke. Why can it not just do what I wanted to do? I'm sorry. Keisuke and Takumi do their thing. Basically, Keisuke does uphill and Takumi does downhill. So they basically do racing, the times and everything else. So yeah. But again, that's the end of the segment whatsoever. If you guys definitely want to know more about Initial D and MF Ghost, basically mostly MF Ghost, definitely check it out. It's on Crunchyroll. Seasons 1 through 3 are actually on. We are 4 episodes into season 3. Season 1 and 2 was originally came out every Sunday. Then they changed season 3 to come out on Thursday, which I like better than actually being on a Sunday. So that's my take on it. So there's that. But other than that, let's get into these trailers, man. We have a total of Let me make sure we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 teasers and 2 trailers. So we have 5 total to go through. So yeah, let's get into those trailers and get started. So, all right, let's bring this up. All right, so the first trailer we're going to be checking out is going to be, when I bring this bigger and everything else, big pause. Needy Girl Overdose is the name of the trailer. So this is a teaser. So let's get into it and see what it's all about. And make sure it's not. Okay, no. Make sure something real quick before I actually do this. All right, cool. It's doing exactly what I wanted to do. All right, cool. All right, let's get started.
あいつらはインフルエンサーを別世界の人間だと扱って好き勝手言う。同じ人間だと認めちゃうと、なんで自分はあれになれないんだって狂っちゃうから。天使を信じてくれる君ならきっと最後に幸せを手に入れる。死ぬ時は私が迎えに行ってやるからな。ジェル版はさあおとぎ話の始まりだよ。
テレビアニメ「ニーディーガールオーバードーズ」2026年4月放送開始。劇場先行版上映決定。
Alright, so oops, I didn't mean to do that. I messed up. Alright, so alright, so my opinion to that one. This feels like to me like a horror movie. A horror game. It reminds me of the what's the name of those games in my head? The I cannot remember the horror games, and it's gonna bother me all day long. I hate this, and it bothers me so much because I know the game in my head. Corpse Party. There it is. The Corpse Party. That's what it reminds me of. This kind of reminds me of the Corpse Party in some type of form or fashion, because I was like, okay, it gives me like horror movie vibes for some odd reason. I was like, all right, this looks interesting, especially called Needy Girl Overdose. So I'm already thinking in my head like, all right, we got some horror stuff coming on. What's going on? I'm going to keep tabs on this one because I want to look into a little bit more. They do have a couple more trailers, which is actually the character. They introduce certain characters, and I didn't want to do a trailer on that on each character, which just makes no sense. But I just need the trailer itself. But having it a TV confirmed, so we're definitely gonna be looking. I'll look into more on that. We're gonna actually have that in the spring of 2026 with Reincarnated the Slime. The same time with that, so we'll see how it plays out. I'll keep this in my mind and may do it. I may look at the first episode, and maybe once I actually do, I may actually talk about it in a as a icebreaker or something like that. So, on to our next trailer, which this is something I'm looking forward to, and I'm happy that we're actually getting a second season of this. Skeleton Knight in Another World, Season 2. I'm looking forward to this so much.
Hiya! 骸骨貴様
Okay. That's funny.
いざ参る。悪を見過ごせぬあの男が。
この世界で涙する人のため再び帰ってきた。
Oh yeah.
上級職聖騎士戦技スキルジャッジメント。骸骨騎士様ただいま異世界へお出かけ中2 7月より放送開始。
Really? Oh man. Oh wow. I need to find the mangas for these. It's not that. Pause. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's funny the trailer makes it. This trailer makes it laugh. You know, being a teaser, it makes it laugh to me because it's like a samurai riding in the sunset. I'm just like, why are you riding the sunset arc? You're being weird. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this anime. I think this is also coming in the spring of 2026, I believe. Let me check. Spring 2026. I believe that is on the list as well, is it? Let me see. We got Big and Announce, and I was super looking forward to it. I don't see it. Oh, I forgot about that one. That is my heavy hitter. Oh my god. How did I forget about that of all animes? At least Hachi didn't get to watch that with Slime. I feel like, okay, so maybe it's summer seasons. Spring, summer. Yep, there it is. Yep, it's in the summer. So summer 2026, we're actually getting it with something I'm also looking forward to as well, which I'm happy that this is coming. Let's see, because that's that. It's oof. Summer is about to be intense. God, I cannot wait. Wait, what is this? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Huh? That's weird. Season 2. I didn't know that was season 2. Okay. There's that one. Wow, there's a lot of stuff coming out in the summer, and I can't wait. What slime? So I get to watch all my other good stuff with slime in the process. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Summer's gonna be a good year. I think for anime. I really feel like it's gonna be a good year. Anyways, yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. It's gonna be super hard because I'm gonna end up watching Slime and then Skeleton Knight, and this is an anime I can watch more than once because I'm watching the English dub and sub because it's hilarious in its own way, and I enjoy it as much as possible. So yeah, So on to the next trailer, and this is also another one I'm also looking forward to with Vito and Sandstorm as well. Let's see. Wizard, I'm gonna bridge in the first part, but it's Wizard, the Wizards and Swords season 2. We're here with this.
震えるな。怖がった分だけ誰かが死んでしまう。
この魔法学院は、この世界は魔法が全てなんだ。
ハッピーニューイヤー。それじゃあここからは
地獄の宴だ。この世界はどうしてこんなにも優しくないんだ。どうして剣に残酷なんだ。でもこんなこと望んでなんかいない。僕が守る。約束するよ。
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, dang it. Trying to bring this up. So yeah, this is definitely another one I'm looking forward to as well. Vito and Sandstorm are looking forward to this as well. We all are big, like, this is like us liking, we're big fans of like Harry Potter and the whole thing. So this kind of gives us that Harry Potter vibe, but with a mixture of like a small bit of Masho, but more Harry Potter. So we are big giant fans of Harry Potter. So we are loving this. I like this for the story development and how this actually sets up and everything. So I really appreciate this anime more than ever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So it's not much to explain. Just kind of stay tuned. I believe that's actually going to be in the I think it's winter 2026. I think we're getting at the end of 2026. Let me double check and make sure real quick. I believe it is. Let me see. Is it on the list? Because we're getting a whole bunch of things in 2026. Let me see. Did it actually? Okay, it's not there. Wait, we get the movie too. Wow. What the heck? Okay. Let me double check. I think it's spring. I think it's summer, or I think it's actually spring. I could be wrong. Let me double check. I know when I see the picture is literally gonna be the biggest thing in my head. Yep. Sorry, it's spring. So we're getting into spring. So spring of 2026, we actually have season 2. So it's gonna be the same time with Slime and a bunch of other anime. So yeah, 2026 is that's again another heavy hitter I keep forgetting about. Dang it makes me mad. So I am going to be Slam in the spring. Just letting you guys know. I am going to be super beyond Slam. All right, on to the next trailer. This is also, I think last time I did this one, I think I got hit with a copyright, and this was like the teaser. I think this time now we have the actual trailer itself. So I may get hit with a copyright for this one as well. So just please bear with me if I have to do some editing, and if I miss this, you'll find out. So if I say this, so the next trailer I got is Black Clover Season 2 that Sandstorm and Vito are waiting for. They've been waiting for this. So let's go.
証明するんだ。貧しくても捨て子でも魔法帝になれるって。俺も魔法帝になる。強くなって俺がアスタやみんなを守る。だったら言うのはアスタは俺のライバルだ。どっちが魔法帝になるか勝負だ。
クローバーの3枚の葉にはそれぞれ誠実、希望、愛が秘められている。4枚目の葉には幸運が宿る。5枚目には悪魔が住む。
まだだ。今ここで限界を超える。一緒に闇団長を迎えに行こう。限界を超えて。
So I'm gonna be honest here, and this is just me being honest on the first part. I have not seen Black Clover, and Sandstorm and Vito can beat me up and everything else, not because. Again, there's a lot of animes. I have a lot of backlog of animes. There's stuff in the way back I gotta go watch. So like Black Clover is one of those animes I have to kind of get into. Not because I don't want to. It's just like I said, at the time I wasn't really into Black Clover. I was like, I think with me when it came to anime, it's more of like, I was stuck on like how most everybody was into like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, those kind of things, those kind of animes. The ones that everybody knows and hear about constantly on the everyday basis, like One Piece, of that. And then I kind of finally decided, let me branch out and see newer animes, because I feel like there are new animes. I think when I went to an anime convention, that's when I learned about, let me see if I remember, Full Metal Alchemist, or Full Metal to Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Panic, Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Moon Phase, and all these different animes, Read or Die, and different things like that. So that's how I kind of branched out, and I learned to watch animes that you would never expect. And as the years gone by, now I went from those to now something new, which is like the Isekai stuff. And those have been the things that really stuck to me like glue, because I like the Isekai stuff. But Black Clover was definitely one on my list to check out, and I kind of just have never got a chance to try. Not say try, I just never got a chance to watch it. And this is before Obadiah, Noah, my fiance, before they were in the picture whatsoever. Because of the fact that like when Black Clover came out, I just never got a chance to check it out. I had never had the chance to, like at that time, because we didn't have like Crunchyroll and stuff like that. We were like doing other things at the time, trying to watch anime or find anime, go to different websites, different things like that. So, like I said, it's one of those things that happen. But again, I'll finally get a chance to check out Black Clover, the first season, and it's going to take me a minute to get through it because that's one of those things. It's the same thing I'm kind of doing with the new Bleach, which is the final arc. I'm just going to let it completely build up and binge through it because I read the manga for Bleach, and because that. As for Black Clover, I'll actually watch it once I find the time, because now that I'm a father of one, going to be two, and different things like that, it's going to be very hard to watch anime. So that's those things. But yeah, that's how I feel. But yeah, Black Clover season 2 definitely looks good. I definitely need to watch season 1 so I can be up to date and check it out. I'm definitely going to start from episode 1 and roll my way up. I don't remember how many episodes it is. I think they said it was like 50 or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I will definitely check. So please do not bite my head off in the comments. Please don't. Like I said, it's just I have so much on my plate when it comes to anime and video games. So it's just the plate is just getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just trying to work my way around it. So same thing with movies and stuff like that, like actual movies and stuff. All right, so on to our final trailer. And this is what I saved for last because it was something in the news I was going to bring up, but I didn't want to because of specific reasons. But this is actually an anime that's already out, and I want you guys to check it out whatsoever. The anime is called, the trailer we're going to be checking out is going to be Sins to be a Hero. So here we go.
全てが仕組まれてたわけか。この森は次期魔王現象に汚染される。もういい、殺してよ。後で蘇生させてもらう。こう見えて世界を救う一歩手前まで行った男なんです。我が民よ、共に勝利の栄光をつかもうぞ。殺したのは12人、5割増しです。こんなところにニーリを入れておけるか、バカどもが。名も知らぬ人々のため喜んで奉仕するよ。やはり私の加護が必要なようですね。無様ね、ザイロ。我々はテオリッタ様の行く末を知りながら。あの子のことは僕の罪じゃないんですか。何も知りません。死ぬより厳しい刑って。お前を勇者刑に処す。ザイロ君、実際に人類を破綻させたい人々がいるとしたらどうします？俺は死ぬつもりがねえし、お前らが死ぬのを見るのもごめんだ。なんだあいつは。ニーリーの炎で焼かれたんだぞ。やられたんだ。特別な剣を用意します。本当に特別な剣を。行けるとこまで行ってやるよ。
All right. So this is actually a great anime. I already seen the first episode. Like I said before, the first episode is 1 hour long. As I said from the very beginning before, when I did the Icebreaker and everything else, this is actually a very good anime. Starting from start, because episode 1 was already intense. Bloody, and I'm going to be more in detail now. Bloody gore, everything else from the start to finish. Same thing with Clevitus. Clevitus did the exact same thing from start to finish. It was action from the start, bloody gore, and everything else. It's been that situation from start to finish. And Sins to be a Hero as that same element did as Clevitus. So I definitely recommend you checking out this anime. It's really good. It's already been out. We are 3 episodes in, I believe. Double check as of this recording. Yes, we're 3 episodes in already after this recording. Episode 4, because tomorrow will be Monday. During this recording, we'll be in episode 4, and that's not coming out the exact same day, Thursday, with MF Ghost, which we'll get the 5th episode of that as well. So definitely look into that. I'm going to be trying to look into some more animes and do some other stuff. But other than that, guys, that'll be it for this episode of Noonami, episode 26, the MF Ghost Experience. Definitely check it out whatsoever. I'll bring up some things here. Again, like I said in episode 25, the same thing I'm gonna say in episode 26 of the recordings. VitoVerse is actually this Friday. The VitoVerse live, I should say. I don't know what the topic is whatsoever. So I know he's gonna do something. He'll let me know in advance, and go from there. Sandstorm shows always every Saturday at 7 o'clock on the drop of the dot. It's funny. I had to make that rhyme a little bit, so I had to do something. And then the Noonami is going to be the following week after that, which would be, I believe, next episode for Noonami is going to be on the 6th of February. The 6th of February is going to be the next episode 27. I have not came up with something yet. I'm hoping, and this is me, this is me in general. I'm hoping Vito actually watched Since Be a Hero, because I did recommend him to check it out. Because if he did watch the first episode, I want to pick his brain for specific reasons, not for theories or anything else. That is just, I want to see, because I kind of want him to watch that, just the first episode of that, and I kind of want him to go into the first episode of Clover with the whole hour of that. And I want to see, and I want to pick his brain for something specific. And I think that might be the episode I might think about. That might be what I'm thinking in my head for episode wise. It's gonna be very interesting. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's gonna be my next episode. That's gonna be a very interesting topic, because it's interesting how. So to give you guys the context of what I'm thinking about in my head, it's basically thinking of, it's more of how do we feel about animes? First, how do we feel about new animes starting with their first episodes as an hour long instead of 30 minutes? With so much details in how it plays. Do we think that is a good idea or a bad idea? So definitely stay tuned on the 6th of February to know about that, because that is going to be a very interesting topic, and I really am curious about that. So it's going to be interesting. So there's that. As for Nodo Dojo, as I said, there's a video I'm going to be posting very soon. Nodo Dojo is not on hiatus. Nodo Dojo is still going to happen. It's just going to take me some time, because there are a lot of games I have in the backlog whatsoever that I need to play, and one of them right now is not coming out until the 30th, which is going to be what is it? Code Vein 2. Code Vein 2 is coming out this Friday. I'm debating on actually getting it now to have it ready to be pre-ordered, downloaded, and ready to go to play. Or I may hold off and wait, because I think there's some things going on with Code Vein 2, which is something I'm looking forward to. And it's a game I played the first one, beat it multiple times with higher gear, different things like that whatsoever. I think the biggest problem for me right now is it's not having the online experience. That's the thing that everybody is disappointed with Code Vein 2, because it's not online. It's not a co-op experience. It's just basically single player. I still want it because I wanted to see how the story plays out compared from the second one. And I'm just going to do a little bit more research on that. So I may actually do that. I may still do that. I may not. I haven't decided. So if I do decide to actually get it, I will stream it, and because of that purpose. But again, it just depends. It really, really depends. But if I do not do it, I feel like I may have a game in store or anything. So I haven't really decided yet. It's literally up in the air right now. So I'm kind of figuring that out as we go. But it's not going to be as my usual setup and everything else, because I may do just one episode of it and then see how everything plays, because 9 times out of 10, depending on certain games, I kind of want to play them through as is, or kind of do something different whatsoever. So it's still up in the air as we speak. There's that. Again, that's up in the air. So just stay tuned on X, or Twitter. If I do it, if I not do it, different things like that. Because again, I'm all over the place with games right now. I'm playing certain mobile games. I'm playing the Digimon game, I need to start working on Coastal 3 and 4 because I need to because the series is now officially done. I need to play them from start to finish because I am a big fan, just like I am with the Tale series. I am a big fan of this series as well because I fell in love with the first one. It took a minute, but it just took me some time. The second one kind of made it better because I was overpowered, just laying it with certain characters and how I set things up. And now I got to do things all over again twice, but there's a reason behind it. But I'm not mad about it. So we'll see how everything plays out. But I'm definitely looking forward to get all the way to the end of the series, which is Trials Beyond the Horizon is them because I think they have a new battle system and I want to try out too. So I'm curious about that. But other than that, guys, definitely thank you all for coming. Thank you for checking the video. We're basically, an hour and 40 minutes. That's surprising because I did the last recording. I did an hour, maybe an hour and 8 minutes. Now I do an hour and 40. So I was already prepared for this. So definitely stay tuned. I will have these posted hopefully maybe sometime this week with the episodes because I got to do a lot of editing and put some things on here whatsoever and have them ready to go. But until then, guys, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe, stay positive, and do what you can do best and everything else. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.